Hey everybody, hope you're doing well. Welcome back to a very exciting episode of CS:GO News. We have not had drama on this channel for quite some time, but actually, unfortunately enough, at DreamHack Montreal, our first story today will be about Immortals member KNG and the drama going on around Team Immortals. Many of you guys know I've actually had this tweet out since last night. This is a team with great potential, but also ever since the rumors started up where the twin brothers, Hen1 and Lucas1, would be leaving, things around the team have been not going so well. They also had a stand-in player this past weekend. They were playing with their coach Zach for a short while, so not a lot of expectations going into DreamHack Montreal, one of the several tournaments going on this past weekend, but they did make it to the finals there, and they're performing quite well together until some news came out and actually started some drama. First of all, it was CLG's coach Ryu, former Selfless Gaming coach. He tweeted out things like this, and this started the entire brawl that actually further kind of escalated as the day went on. He actually went ahead and said that during their matchup, the semifinal matchup where Immortals did 2-0 CLG, they looked very good. It was kind of a closer series than it did look map-wise, although they were swept. There's some really close maps there. Unfortunately enough, though, it does seem that Immortals was actually late to that matchup, apparently being hungover from the previous night, maybe partying a bit too hard. At least that's what Ryu said. Now, this actually came up very, very shortly after they actually had to forfeit their first map of the final event. So we have Team Immortals, who was actually late not only to the semifinal matchup, but also, very embarrassingly enough, they were late to the finals matchup against North. I'll show you guys that scoreline on screen as well. They actually got 2-0'd by Team North after default winning that first map. North did, because of course Immortals had to forfeit it. They also destroyed them on map 2, and North looking very good. They take your DreamHack Montreal title, but the drama did continue. And first off, I want to say I'm not really sure how professional it is for a coach to talk about this kind of thing. I'm not sure how I felt about Ryu tweeting out about this. Of course, if it is true, it's very unprofessional for Immortals to do this, but it's kind of unprofessional for a coach to come out and say, if they were late, they might have been hungover. You know, of course, he didn't use that exact wording. I'm not sure how I felt about that. But of course, on the other hand, we have Team Immortals who are missing now semifinal and final matches just for being hungover or going out partying. Of course, none of this has actually been proven 100%. But if that is true, as an organizer of DreamHack, you cannot accept a team going to a final event late. As a crowd, who wants to see a map 1 forfeited? No one wants to see that. So it's very embarrassing, but things got even worse as we had FNS, a member of CLG, after they got 2-0'd, he tweets out this, kind of not necessarily a sting tweet here, guys. I'm not really sure what he meant to do, but of course a little angry after they got 2-0'd by Immortals, and he said over half their team were hungover and they still lost. And then KNG, the guy is a little bit of a hothead as of right now, is what we're seeing. He replied several times with things like this and other multiple replies as well, and it seems that FNS was a little scared, and maybe actually had a right to be, because apparently, according to Decay, who knows what his actual sources were, but according to some players out there, we had KNG at the hotel actually seeking out FNS. And if that is true, there are things that have been taken way too extreme. Again, we don't know which allegations are true, if these guys were hungover. It seems as of right now, the most overwhelming evidence is the majority of people are saying these guys were out late last night partying, and this could be the reason why the internal conflicts of Immortals started in the first place. Hen1 and Lucas1, and maybe other people as well, having some issues, drinking too much, partying too hard, and then trying to play the next day. This could be about the actual issue that started the whole internal conflict, which is why these guys want to leave in the first place. And Ryu made sure to note that the people who actually made the matches on time were both Steel and Bolts. They were there on time. So it seems the 3 people initially rumored to leave Immortals first, KNG, Hen1, and Lucas1. Ever since then, KNG said he's staying, but the 3 that said they were going to leave first are apparently the partiers of the team, and that seems to be the whole source of the internal conflict. And that was in our first story of drama, guys. I'm not sure where to side. What do you guys think about this? I think that one main problem, it is very unprofessional. As an organizer, you cannot have a team missing map 1 because they were partying too hard. Save it for the after party, guys. And also some other roster updates for all of you North American and iBuyPower fans out there. DaZed and Steel do have rosters for ESEA Premier, otherwise known as Mountain Dew League season, and they'll be playing against each other, of course, not in the same team. It will be DaZed, AZK, and Swag sticking it out together. They'll be joined by Polo and Dapper to finish out their roster. They'll be known as Team GX throughout the Mountain Dew League season, and that'll be their team throughout the Premier League. We'll see how they go and how they progress together. And also, DaZed had an update video for all of us. That should still be their main trio, of course, DaZed, AZK, and Swag. They're going to wait it out, though, for the long run, maybe a couple more months, to see what teams offer them the most money, or if any teams out there offer them equity. That's what they're most seeking for. Now, on top of that, of course, DaZed will not be playing alongside Steel. Steel is on his own team. It's going to be known as Monty's Daycare Service throughout Mountain Dew League season. Going to be cool to see kind of an unknown North American roster. Of course, some well-known names on there, A2Z and TCK, and then Monty himself alongside 4Shot will make make up that roster. So Steel and DaZed are apart from each other as we expected, and they actually have both solidified rosters for ESEA. Gonna be cool to see how these guys progress together and which team or which player, either DaZed or Steel, which one actually receives an offer from an organization first. Most likely DaZed. We'll have to see though what happens in the future. Also on top of that though, we actually had some big YouTubers out there kind of start some inflation in the market over one item, the DreamHack 2013 Souvenir Package. I'm sure many of you guys heard about this. It was first announced a couple weeks ago by McSkillet as he called it a glitch case. It gives you a bone mask R8 revolver with a glitch sticker on it, and so people of course started buying this package right away. And on top of that, we also had Sparkles say this. Coming up next, I'll show you guys that clip. And so of course, when both Sparkles and McSkillet are going to talk about a weapon or an actual in-game souvenir package, it will of course rise in price, and of course it did. As you guys can see on screen, it went from about a $30 average price. In the past 5 days, it's now skyrocketed, over doubled in price, and right around now about an average $65 price tag go up from $30. So pretty crazy to see the market inflation just based off what people say. Even though the R8 bone mask is not even a cool skin at all, and even if you get the glitch skin somehow by chance, it's not even that cool and definitely probably not worth that money. I'm going to show you guys right now Sparkle's clip of that.
Just that I have some DreamHack 2013 glitched souvenir packages, which I really hope to get the souvenir R8 revolver bone mask. I'm pretty sure that's the glitch skin in it. And
I've just always found it really curious to have that kind of influence on the market. This market is so wide and expansive. There's so many items out there, so many DreamHack cases, so many cases in general, and just one person says one thing, especially when it comes to McSkillet's channel. We've had this in the past so many times for his April Fool's jokes, or whatever videos he makes, whatever openings he does, or trade-ups he does. Those items definitely go up in price whenever he does that. So if any of you guys have ever made a lot of money, it's a good way to actually do it. Watch McSkillet's video right when they come out, and you can actually make a decent amount of money if people jump on it like they usually do. As always, hope you guys all enjoyed. Hope you enjoyed this episode of CSGO News. I will see you guys all tomorrow with a brand new episode. I got a lot of stories saved up for all of you guys to hear about. So, hope you guys all enjoyed, and thank you all for watching. Please leave a comment and like down below if you guys want to. It's really up to you. As always, live, love, laugh a lot. I will see you all then. I'm gonna go. See ya.